Hello there, internet person, and welcome to the review of February 2021.
I didn't ask for part 2.
So 2020 was an eventful year. I'll leave it at that. Eventful. You know when you have a bad day and someone asks you if you're having a bad day, but you don't want to, get down their mood, so you say that you're having an eventful day?
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it.
2020 was an eventful year. And I'm not going to let 2021 pull the same shit that 2020 did, which is why we're gonna keep 2021 on its toes. We're gonna give it a little performance review at the end of every single month, and that way we're gonna keep this year accountable for its actions, because actions have consequences.
How was I supposed to know there'd be consequences for my actions?
So first I'm going to give you some world news, the big things that happened that everybody was posting long text messages on their Instagram story about, and then I'm going to tell you, just maybe 1 to 2 sentences about how my month went, because after all, this channel is about me, so you better be interested in me.
Who cares? Who cares? Who cares?
And then I'm going to share with you my favorites of the month. Yes, that's what's going to happen in this video. Now that you know what's going to happen in this video, let the things happen in the video. That's how videos work these days. So let me read off my notes. Wouldn't it be so funny if I didn't take off my phone from the shot and just went like, okay, number 1, GameStop short squeeze. Finance, stock market, short, squeeze. Stop the games. Hashtag stop the games 2021. GTA, GTFO, Call of Duty, please disconnect the call.
Oh my god! Oh!
Assassin's Creed, I feel like Assassin's Creed isn't cool anymore. Among Us, you are no longer welcome among us. Overwatch, more like overrated. Bye, that's it, I'm done. GameStop, boys need a new hobby. All of those were just jokes, guys. Go check out my Sims 4 stream where I upgrade my house. So if you don't understand what happened exactly with GameStop, if you haven't wrapped your head around it completely, then you're at the right video. Because I don't know either. I watched Hank Green's video explaining the whole thing. Halfway through the video, I felt like I was understanding the whole GameStop situation a little bit more clearly. And then he went on to say the words that I didn't really know the meaning of. And so by the end of the video, I was back to where I began. Actually, I was more confused.
Yeah, they had us the first half, I'm not gonna lie.
To wrap this all up, the one thing that we all learned is that when life gives you lemons, you short squeeze the lemons to make lemon juice. Or in this case, to make billions of dollars. Capitalism! The GameStop stocks. It's like a tongue twister. That whole Betty bought a lemon and the butter and the bitter. She sells seashells. Oh, I said that. All of those things are just old now. We need new 2021 tongue twisters. And I've got one for you. GameStop stocks. Or even better, GameStop stock squeezed short. GameStop stock squeezed short. That's our new age 2021 tongue twister. The second piece of news that I'm going to talk about is much more touchy in my opinion. All the violence that's been happening against Asian Americans in America. In the early pandemic, it was the Black Lives Matter movement. Actually, even before the Black Lives Matter movement, I remember when the COVID pandemic first came out, there were students, Asian American students or Asian international students who reported that there were like eggs and things thrown at their faces by people driving past them on the street. And this happened long ago, like early COVID, before Trump even started tweeting about the China virus and stuff. This was already happening. It can be blamed on leadership, but that's not the whole picture by any means, guys. The things that are happening with Asian American culture right now, people loving Asian food but hating Asian people, we've seen that before, guys. We've seen it with African American culture. People love jazz, people love hip-hop, but people are violent against the people who made jazz and hip-hop and everything else that African Americans are credited for. But if you want to be more educated about this topic, then I will link a few videos below that can get you started. And then of course, you know the YouTube rabbit hole. Sometimes the YouTube rabbit hole can be used for educational stuff. Use the YouTube rabbit hole to educate yourself on all of these matters and more. Alright, I feel like we've been talking about America for way too long. America already has enough attention on it everywhere else on the internet. So here, we're gonna switch to India. And when it comes to India, Obviously, there are fewer things that I can talk about without being so myself. So instead, I'm going to talk about something that affected me personally, but was also a big piece of news. The Delhi earthquake. And this didn't just happen in Delhi, it happened in Japan and in Nepal as well. And guess what? I was right here in Delhi listening to my linear algebra professor talking about linear algebra, and I felt the ground move. And I was like, what? Is her math so groundbreaking that I'm feeling like my entire core is being shifted from this math? It was not the math, it was tectonic plates, which is science. But math and science are really the same thing. So when you think about it, anyway, why am I talking about this? So yeah, what happened was I felt the first shock. I was like, you know what? I feel like this is an earthquake. I went out of my room, looked at my grandmom and my mom, and I checked up on them. And they seemed fine. They didn't really seem like they felt anything. So I went back and joined my online class again. And then like 5 to 10 minutes later, I felt it again. This is how I felt. Oh my god, as I'm doing this, I'm feeling it again. Then again, I went out of my room and my mom was like, okay, yeah, I felt something. And then we're like, okay, we're feeling things. Guys, this could be an earthquake. Wait, how do we confirm that this is an earthquake? Do we go out and ask our neighbors? Of course not. Human interaction is not the answer in any situation. Maybe if there's some place that we can go on the internet, maybe some place that gives you the most trending news in a certain location. I wonder. So I went on the Bluebird app. I typed Delhi and then I went not to the top results but to the latest results. And what did I see? 2 seconds ago. Guys, I felt tremors 5 seconds ago. Guys, there's an earthquake in Delhi 6 seconds ago. Tremors felt in Delhi and surrounding areas. And that's when I realized that Twitter doesn't always give fake news. In this case, it gave me very real news. And so we rushed out of the house with our neighbors, talked a little bit. That was really honestly the worst part about it. And then the earthquake stopped and then we went inside and I joined my online class again, and my linear algebra math teacher was still talking about linear algebra math as if I hadn't just been hit by an earthquake. This was the second time in 6 months that I have felt an earthquake in Delhi. Now it's like, I need to be prepared for this to happen at any time, any moment. It could happen right now. As I'm filming this video, I might have to stop filming this video and, evacuate. If this video doesn't come out, guys, remember that it wasn't me that was being lazy. It was just an earthquake, okay? Remember. So, I just realized that the reason that America has the spotlight on it all the time is because there are crazy things happening in America every single moment. Honestly, America's so attention-seeking, I tell you. But yeah, we have one last America news that we need to cover, so I'm sorry, guys. So yeah, Texas is frozen. Texas is frozen. Texas is frozen. Texas. There's no power also, there's no heating. The only advantage of living in America is that it has central heating and Texas doesn't have heating. And I'm just like, Elsa, what are you doing? Queen Elsa, I thought you had your powers under control, Elsa. Frozen 2. This is why I've always said they should never have made a Frozen 2. One Frozen movie was enough for us, Frozen 2, why did we have to do that? Why did we have to show character growth in Olaf? And I know what you're saying, You're like, no, but Anusha, Frozen 2 made so much money in the box office. It had a lot of profit for the companies. But I'm like, is that what we're living for? Do we need to keep making Frozen movies just so that they can make money? Keep on producing Frozen movies over and over and over again just because that makes the billionaires richer. Just because the Frozen franchise makes a lot of money doesn't mean that it's not causing harm to places like Texas, right? What? Frozen is a metaphor for capitalism? Oh, no, you misunderstood me. Frozen is not a metaphor for capitalism. And Elsa freezing Texas is not a metaphor for climate change. What are you talking about? That's not what's happening. Elsa is freezing up Texas, guys. We need to stop Elsa, not the corporations. No. Where is Anna when you need her? Alright, now moving on to the last piece of news that I'm going to cover. I know there's a lot of pieces of news that I'm not going to be able to cover, and I'm sorry, I'm not a well-read person. If you want to see all the news that is possible to cover, please go watch Trevor Noah, go watch Hasan Minhaj, go watch all the late night hosts, go watch Lily Singh. Come here when you are tired of good content and you want to have some cringy content. That's what I'm here for, my friends. Because someone needs to make the bad stuff, and here I am making it. People are like, oh Anusha, why are you making it YouTube channel. It's not like you make good videos. That's the whole point. People are gonna get tired of watching good videos at some point, so they're gonna come to me for comfort. You know, bad video comfort. Okay, last piece of news. And this one is crazy, guys. So apparently a few days ago, Elon Musk lost a lot of money overnight, and then he lost his position of the richest person in the world. And now he's the second richest person in the world. Guys, this is huge. Guess who's the richest person in the world now? Just guess, just guess. You won't be able to guess. You will never be able to guess. Okay, so now the richest person in the world is this guy called Fred Adams. He works at Target, which is a grocery store, like a supermarket, yeah. And Fred Adams is apparently now the richest person in the world because he's been working hard for a long time and he has a lot of money, even though he's like, you know, supermarket employee, because as we all know, America is great at, you know, bringing supermarket employees up to the position of billionaires because opportunities are plenty and everyone can share them. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Jeff Bezos is now the first richest person in the world. Okay, bye. Just kidding, there's more. The first part of this video is now over. If you want to leave, you can leave, take a break and then come back because the second part of this video is now starting. As you can see, I put a lot of effort. I put a thing here, fake plants. You can see light coming behind it actually. Lots of effort has been put. Don't you worry, because even bad content has a lot of effort behind it. You didn't know that, did you? For the rest of the video, let's all chill together. Go grab a drink if you like. Not an alcoholic one, a normal, like a beverage. Like coffee, tea, pani, chai. That's the same thing as tea. Before I get into my favorites of the month, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a recap of how my month went personally. Yes, February 31st, that is the day that I'm going to shoot my video. And I don't put things on my calendar. If I did, I would have known that there is no February 31st. It took me an embarrassingly long time to realize that it has only 28 days. As I said, I forgot that February has only 28 days. And then once I realized that February has only 28 days, I forgot once again after 2 days. So yeah, it happened twice. Learn from your mistakes, they say. Well, I say, learn from your online classes instead. That didn't make any sense. As soon as I sit down, I start making less sense. I think the reason that I lost track of time was because my online classes started on the 1st of this month. That makes you, you know, right? You know that online classes make you lose your concept of time very quickly. So yeah, that's how my month has been, just the same day over and over again. Enough about me. Just kidding. More about me, always. What I mean is that let's move on to my favorites of the month. Yes, that's what I mean. Look at my notes app again. Notes app, please tell me what have I been enjoying this month. Oh, Anusha, well actually you've been enjoying Instagram like every single month. Sorry guys, why do I do this? So first up, my favorite TV show / movie. Well, I tried really hard to find an English TV show that I enjoyed to give you guys suggestions, but honestly, I'm going to have to say that my favorite TV show of the month was indeed a K-drama. But I have some good news. It was very different from normal K-dramas. So it's called Love Struck in the City. I know it sounds like another cheesy romantic K-drama, doesn't it? That's what I thought it would be too. But then once I started watching it, just the first 5 minutes, I realized that it was actually very different because it's been filmed in like a mockumentary style, kind of like The Office. So there's a film crew that follows a bunch of people around and those people are like friends and they're also related to each other romantically. There's also like a little bit of a suspense. But the thing that I enjoyed most about this K-drama, the reason that I picked it as my favorite one is actually because of the way that it's been edited and the way that it's been shot as well. The way that it's been edited, it appears as more of a YouTube video than a TV show. There's a lot of funny texts that come in the edit, like a lot of puns and stuff, and the characters, the way they're acting is a very like loud and YouTube-like way, if that makes sense at all. And as an editor of cringy content on YouTube, I realized how much of an art it is to be funny as an editor. Of course, last time as well I recommended something that was not in English. So by this time you can expect me to recommend fewer English things and more things in other languages, guys. What can I do? I'm a global citizen. But there is a special mention, and this one's in English, and this one's a really famous one. You've probably already watched it, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. The latest season, it came out a year ago, but I watched it this month because it came on Netflix this month. Well, at least it came on Netflix India this month. Brooklyn Nine-Nine season 7. Chef's kiss, like always, we love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So yeah, those were my 2 favorite TV shows that I wanted to recommend to you. Movies I don't really watch. Sorry about that. Alright, next up, favorite book / poem / article. This month, since I had online classes, I did not touch a single book, but I did read some poems. And actually, the one that I'm going to share with you, my favorite poem, is one that I've read today, like a few hours ago. I'm going to read out this poem for you. If you don't understand it, that's fine. I don't think I completely understand it either. Well, what is understanding anyway? Hello, sorry. Right before I was going to share my favorite poem of the month, my phone died. So I guess my phone also is not interested in poetry. I'm going to completely ignore that subtle sign and still share my favorite poem. So this poem is called Iris Song by Ricky Laurentiis. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Such a white thing to say, by the way. Right after a white person reads out a name, they're like, oh, I must have completely butchered that name. I completely butchered your last name. I'm so sorry, I butchered it. I probably butchered this name as well, so I'm sorry if I butchered it. Alright, gotta get in the zone now. I'm gonna read out a poem for you. Iris Song. You go outside and the trees don't know you're black. The lilacs will chatter and break themselves real bloom, real boon. No matter your gender, you matter. Who in you is most material, so you matter. Your afro gon' touch the sky. Come up from the ground looking extra fly. Come up from the ground looking extra fly. I will touch the sky. I open my mouth and my whole life falls out. Yeah, I know. Weird sentence structure, isn't there? If there's anyone who understands this poem better than I did, please share your knowledge with all of us in the comments below. But I was just so intrigued by this poem. I love it when poems mess with word meanings. You know, when there's wordplay. There's not really wordplay here, there's more like sentence play. So yeah, that was my favorite poem of this month. I tried to convey the way the poem made me feel with the way that I read it. So I hope that... Why am I talking so much? Moving on. My favorite video. This is a new category that I'm adding in this month. So my favorite YouTube video is a TED Talk. It's a TED Talk. That's it. It's a TED Talk. I know TED Talks have become like memes now, you know. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. TED Talks are still educational. And this one in particular, I think a lot of people will find interesting. If you are interested in TikToks and Instagram Reels and, you know, very short videos and stuff like that, I think you'll find this video interesting because it's about them. It's about the rise of very short videos, which is basically TikToks. It's a researcher who has looked at a lot of data from TikTok videos and stuff and from TikTok creators. In a very well-researched manner, they talk about the rise of very short video content. Also, I guess if you're a communications major or you're really interested in media and popular culture, you will find this TikTok this TED Talk. I just discovered that TikTok and TED Talk sound so similar. I feel like there's something that can be done with that. Why bother giving TED Talks when you can just make TikToks? Moving on, we have my favorite snack of this month. It's another Indian snack brought to you by this Indian person who eats Indian things. So my favorite snack of the month was something called Malpua. It's an Indian snack. I think it's like a Bihari snack. I have the best explanation of what this snack tastes like. Just you wait. So imagine pancakes, but instead of pouring on the maple syrup, there's already maple syrup soaked into the pancake. All you have to do is eat it. And bonus, unlike a pancake, it is crispy on the edges sometimes, like soft in the middle of the pancake, but just the edges are really, really crispy. Chef's Kiss favorite snack of this month. Moving on, my favorite Instagram account of this month. So my favorite account of this month was @Felicia_Chow. Again, I hope I didn't butcher that name. Felicia is another artist on Instagram, and her art style speaks to me so deeply. She, I think, is an industrial designer by profession, and that background of hers bleeds into her art really beautifully. There's a lot of sunlight effects in her art, there's a lot of water, there's a lot of a singular character sitting alone in a room, which is me, so I relate to it, you know? But also aesthetically, so pleasing to my eyes at least, and I hope it is to yours as well. Okay, the next one is my favorite beverage. It's tea. I'm sorry, I'm an 85-year-old, but it's mint tea. The mint is so strong in this, almost tastes like mint chocolate. I know it's weird for tea to taste like chocolate. You might be confused, and I understand that. If you just smell it without looking at it, it almost smells like the same smell that you get from like peppermint dark chocolate almost. I had to do some ASMR with it. Ooh. Oh my god, I can smell the mint from here. I haven't even opened the tea bag and I can smell the mint. Now moving on to the last and final, the showstopper favorite thing of the month. And then I'm done with this video. I'll get out of your hair. You can go watch something that's better. My favorite random item. And I'm not gonna tell you what they are. I'm just gonna wear them and you're gonna figure it out. Or not. Wow. I hope there's nothing embarrassing up my nostrils. But yeah, these are called lazy reader's glasses, or in my case, lazy video watcher glasses. So these are for people who don't want to ruin their posture by, you know, lowering their neck for too long or raising their neck when they're in bed and trying to watch a movie. So it has prisms inside these. Yeah, I learned the physics behind how these work. It's not that hard. They have prisms inside each eye, which basically reflects your vision to go 90 degrees instead of straight. Yeah, I know physics. That's right. They actually really helped me with my posture. Got them off of Amazon India. The only downside is that they give you tunnel vision, so I try not to wear these for too long. And that's it, guys. Congratulations, my friend, you have reached the end. That's all the things that I wanted to talk to you about today. What did you want to talk to me about? What I would really love is some comments from you guys, because they make me feel important. I swear I'm not a narcissist. Thanks for watching this video. Now check out the song in my outro, which I love so much. Cue the outro.
Okay, phony guy can judge. Then why you acting dumb? It's sounding like a front. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
God be my witness, let me really live this.